Welcome back to the Hurrdat Sports Show, live from Summit League Media Day. Anna Bellinghausen, Avery Howard, Missy Heydrich alongside with you. And now our new guest, Ruth Sinn, out of St. Thomas, head coach, 19th season for you. What's been your early on impression of this team you have this year?
Excited about this year. It's the first year where our upperclassmen outnumber our underclassmen. So we've kind of been the babies, and we've been babies in a very, very experienced league. Their freshman year, I think we were going against 25-year-olds with 6 years experience, and it's just, it was difficult. And even year two, this league is so exceptional in talent and strong women as far as how they play the game, their experience level, and just their knowledge base. And so we've been taking notes, and I think our young ladies are ready to live into year three and try to become, a little bit of what they witnessed from the Summit League and their participants.
This is, as you look at everything for you guys over the last couple of years, is kind of a first, right? First season, first this. Last year you come in here, you get the first win at the Division I level, first Summit League tournament win in this building when you beat Western Illinois. What sort of momentum does that do? What does that do for you as you look and you have that conversation not only with your returners but with recruits, and you kind of think about, this is the environment that we want to live in. We want to keep playing on the next day and the next day when you come back here. What does that do for your program as a whole?
No, exactly. We talk to our young ladies all the time, and especially these young ladies that are wearing the jersey right now. Their postseason experience is the Summit League tournament. This is our Super Bowl right now, and it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But with that, we talk much more about significance, and that they get to do something that nobody else gets to do. A lot of times you sign up to be in a program, and you're following the path of people before you. These young ladies, they get to be the pioneers. They get to wear the jersey, set the standards for people who are going to come back, and they're going to say, I'm going to be saying, hey, the reason we achieved this was because of what you did.
Yep.
And the impact you made to our program. And our young ladies have really been just buying in with their whole heart about what our standards about, how we wear the jersey, what we want to be about, and what our why is. So it's really been a really great group to work with, because I think they really understand the significance and the impact that they can have. Because at the end of the day, when the game is done, it really isn't about the success. It's about the significance. And I think these young ladies I know they're going to continue to come together even when they aren't wearing the jerseys, and they're going to remember the things that they did and they accomplished. And I told them I'll be the first one to be calling them when we're starting to do some of those things.
Yeah.
And I'm going to thank them, because they're the ones that had the vision, they bought into it, and they really committed to it. So it's going to be fun.
When you think about this group on the floor, and as you've been going through practices over the summer, the fall, now that you're into it, just a few weeks out from the regular season, you were second in the league last year in scoring defense, held teams to just under 65 a game, but also struggled at times to score the basketball. Correct. So where's that balance now with this roster and what you've been implementing and really focusing on when you get in the gym?
Yeah, that's, sometimes as you're trying to prepare, you got to be in a rock fight. And I think there was times where that was our best mode of operation with that. We're hoping to expand that. We still want to be defensive minded, and we're still going to be really stingy on that area, but we're hoping to expand offensively. The nice thing offensively, I think, is our players have matured to the point where we have a couple of players that can create opportunities. They can be content creators for other people on our team.
Okay. And
so we've been really working on putting them in a position to really understand how we play off of each other. I think you saw a little bit of it at the end of the season.
Yeah.
We kind of finished the season on a very strong note. I think winning, 7 out of our last 8 or so. And I think we're going to continue that through, because I think they're just coming to that next step of, hey, I think I can do this, and I know I can add value to our team this way.
And experience has to help with that. As you
Definitely.
said, they're young. And so now these younger kids are a year older. Your freshmen or sophomores, your sophomores or juniors. Right. They've been through the grind a little bit. They've seen it, and they're going to understand what it really takes to go get a tough win on the road and to hold home court. You know how important that is in the Summit League.
Oh, there's no question. And that's our theme. Our theme is about clarity and alignment. but even more importantly, consistency. And you saw that in our team. There were even games where we were getting a big lead, and then all of a sudden the second half, it's like we're holding on for dear life. And it's like, okay, can we just get consistent for 40 minutes?
Yes.
Maybe we'll start with 40 minutes, and then we can expand it. But we've been really emphasizing that consistency in our practices and the way that we approach with our effort, our engagement, all those things with that, and they've responded.
That's great.
You have an older roster, like you said, this year, and also coming off how the way the season ended last year. How do you think having that experience and also just the momentum from last season has really just pushed this off season for what St. Thomas wants to be this year?
I really do think it has been very, beneficial in that they now get that.
Yeah.
Your freshman and sophomore year, sometimes it's just about where do I fit in? And that's a lot of eyes.
It's a little bit of a blur.
Correct. And you got to get to the point, it isn't about I anymore. It's about the team needs this, and we need this. And these are the standards that we have. And we have a big saying that it's standards over feelings. And the girls are really leaning into that and taking that next step. And I think they're ready to serve. Maggie Nygaard was a phenomenal player with us. And you saw her development. Her junior year was a little bit more about what her role was. Her senior year, it was just about what we need as this team. What is it that's important right now? And so we're hoping that our upperclassmen will all take that same step she took and just really own the program.
Coach, before we wrap things up with you, what does success look like for St. Thomas this year, just in its third year in Division I?
Success is always funny because there's so many different areas that you can talk about. I always talk about significance. And at the end of the day, I want this to be about building strong, confident women. But on the court, there is that success aspect. And, even when we were in Division III and we were at the top of our game and the top of the league and the top of the nation, it was all about making sure we can live into our potential. Every single day, our biggest competitor is going to be us. Now, we're watching all these teams around here, SDSU, we're studying them because, again, you learn from the best. But we also need to really continue to live into our potential, and how do we maximize our potential? And I think that's where we're going to really look at, is if we can look at it and say, hey, we gave everything we had. Because, at the end of the day, a lot of times is if you leave everything on the court, you're usually pretty much on top with that. So we're looking forward to that day.
It seems like you've had a lot of sayings. There's a lot of things that this team lives by. Is there like a motto for this season?
We're still kind of working on our themes. We have themes. You're definitely right. We have a pyramid, but again, we're trying to have it be theirs. I think sometimes as coaches, you kind of pick your motto and stuff, but it's not the players. And we really do want a players coach team. Now, I get the last say.
Buck stops with you.
Yeah, I get the last say. But we do want them to feel that engagement and that ownership with that. And so right now they've kind of got a couple of them that they're thinking about. We've got a meeting coming up just to decide, what is there something that's going to really drive us towards. We know that.
I'm excited now.
Well, we talked to Jade Hill next, so we'll have to track her down on that list. And
she's
going to
get that
those.
Question now.
Oh, great.
she absolutely will.
I think she's nervous now.
She'll do great. She is a great representative of our institution, and she does it with such humility. She's working on becoming a little bit stronger voice, but she's a great lead by example leader.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck this season, and we'll talk to Jade Hill next.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck this season.